Alrighty, today we're going to be running in the LMP2 in the prototype challenge. It's a 20-minute race, ended up qualifying P4 as the number 9 car. Pretty far off pace. I couldn't really get qualifying to go in my favor. It was a little awkward having to work with the cold tires and the heavy fuel, because you can't really change either of those. You can't change the tire pressures or the fuel load. But we'll see what we can do, because I'm 3 temps off the guy in front of me and 5 temps ahead of the guy behind me. So we may be running on our own this race and just trying to focus on making the least amount of mistakes as possible. Got a full pace lap today, so I'll cut to right before we go green. Alrighty, coming out of the boot now. We're gonna get ready to go green here pretty soon. A little nervous about these 2 guys in front of me. They're a little bit sporadic, to say the least, even on the pace lap. As you can see, the guy doesn't quite know how to follow a pace car. Pop it down into first gear and get... Jesus Christ, that's not a great sign. Pop it down into first to get ready here for the restart.
Alright Alex, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Green, green, green. That's 20 minutes to go.
Didn't get a great start. That's gonna be 1 dead already. He's gonna come across and hit us. Don't know how I survived that though. Looks like we're gonna have a bit of a gap to the car behind now though. That helps a lot. Put us up into P3. I don't know how we got away with that. Try not to overshoot the bus stop here as we go through it the first time. Once again, just like qualifying, heavy weight and cold tires aren't that great of a mix. Be a little bit conservative here on the this first part of the race. You can see the gap behind opening up. It's about 2 seconds now. No fast repairs in this race, I don't think, because it is a B-class race. So any mistake, especially here at Watkins Glen, will cost you with these walls being in so tight and everything. Let's see if we can hunt down this guy in front of us. This corner especially is very tough on when you first get going. Car really likes to shoot you out towards the grass, and if you catch it, you're gonna hit the wall coming into the final corner.
Okay Alex, keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on. P3.
Looks like the guy in front of us is gonna get or at least tap the grass. I'm not entirely sure if we got a 1X there. See if we can capitalize on that, especially with this draft here. I don't think I want to make a pass going into the bus stop. It looks like he'll defend though, so we may be able to pull ahead on the exit.
On your right. Right side's clear.
He's going to slow down and park it on the exit, and that's going to screw us up. Probably should have backed out a little bit earlier there so we could follow him through. Guy is making me a little bit nervous. Seems like he's struggling a bit to keep it on keep all 4 tires on the pavement here. So we had to make our way into the toe for the second time. The toe for the second time. Seems to be a little bit faster than me through the boot, but I think I can catch up to him for the I guess you would call it the NASCAR section. I guess the main section of the circuit. This corner as well is a very tough corner. You can't really see your apex as you come through it. You kind of have to guess where you're trying to go. As we get closer and closer to the end of the race, that second to last corner will get easier and easier, and we'll be able to get closer to...
The leader has just done a 134.49. You've just done a 136.16.
A little bit later on the brakes than I would have wanted to be. Looks like the gap behind us is closed down to 2 seconds. See if we can open that back up, especially with this draft again. Yeah, the draft in these cars seems to be pretty powerful. Jump on the brakes a little bit earlier because we have that extra speed from the draft. Close the gap right up to him. He'll pull away a little bit on exit. See if we can just gonna followed him right through there. I got hurt a little bit more though because I carried a bit more speed through the corner to try and get up the hill a little bit quicker. Spewed me out to the left side on the exit, and that's just not what I wanted. He'll run a little bit wide on entry to the heel here, and we'll make our way out of the boot. Looks like he made a little bit of an early apex. I couldn't get the power down there. Seemed to be a bit faster than him through those corners, but he's just throwing me off where his line is.
The leader has just done a 134.30.
I mean, I know I can gain time on him through those corners,
P3.
but his driving style is just throwing me off.
Okay, Alex, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Keep searching, you'll find a gap.
Probably here we have crew chief running as my spotter right now. It's I do enjoy having that. It seems to work the best. Thought I saw a little bit of damage on the right front, but I guess that's just how the car is modeled. Right above the tire. Looks like there's a bit of a point. See if we can close the gap again, heading through the tail, and try and avoid that black and white curb as well. It's like we did, but didn't get as good of a run out of the toe as I would have wanted to. This gap looks to have remained about the same.
Come on, find a way around. We're losing time.
Couldn't agree more with crew chief right there. But the other side is, if I pass this guy, what's he gonna do to try and get back around me? What length is he willing to go for? Overshot the braking zone just a little bit. It's gonna hurt me coming up the hill. Hopefully he can pull me back up to him.
The gap to Carvalho ahead is increasing. It's now 0.8.
Gap ahead is increasing a bit, but the gap behind is now up to 3 seconds. We'll see if we can just keep bringing that back up. Once again, jumping onto the brakes a little bit earlier than usual because of that draft. It's going to give me a bit of extra speed, so we have to counter that. I am expecting this guy to make a mistake soon because he just seems to be all over the track. Right now he's running a bit faster than earlier, but he just seems to be pretty inconsistent. So hopefully we can make a move on him at some point. So we got our second person that has disconnected out of the race.
Alright, Alex, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
Apparently crew chief can read my mind. Looks like the gap is opening up a little bit though. He seems to be faster heading through that second to last corner. Make sure we can stay in his draft and just pull ourselves as much as possible.
That was 135.06.
Looks like he pushed a little bit wide on the entrance to turn 1. I hit the rev limiter. That's not going to help me. But looks like he ended up going pretty slow there through turn 1. Yeah, we're gonna close that gap up a few tenths of a second, now down to 3 tenths. And the gap behind's up to 4. Right up to this guy's back bumper. Trying to pressure him, see if we can make him, see if we can force him into a mistake.
We need to be in front of this guy.
Make a look to the inside, just get in his mirror. Don't actually want to make him move yet. We've got plenty of time left in the race. Put my headlight in his mirror as well. And we can get a bit of a run. A little bit sideways, he was too. How long we got left? We still have over 10 minutes left, about 11 minutes. He'll run deep into that corner. Seems to have gotten a pretty good run out of it, so it didn't really make much of a difference though. He runs wide again. We may be able to set him up here on the exit of turn 1 heading down into the bus stop. It just seems to be a lot faster than earlier through those last 2 turns. We'll see if we can.
Your lap time was 1:34.86.
Pushed way wide. That one's definitely going to give him an off track. You can see him.
Okay, Alex, keep piling on the pressure. He'll make a mistake.
Let's see what we can do.
10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
We'll go defensive. I'm going to push him all the way down.
We're halfway home. We're okay on fuel. Left side.
There we go.
Clear left.
Mistake there, and we'll slip right past him.
Well done, mate. That was great.
Made him move a little bit further to the inside than he originally wanted to by faking that move. Got in his mirror a little bit, forced him all the way down, and that just changed up his line going through there. So now we'll
just ignore him. He'll go away.
We know he's faster through these set of corners, but he's a little bit farther back than he probably would want to be to try and make him move. So, see if we can just keep him behind us for the rest of this race here. Exiting the boot now. You can see him there in the mirror.
The gap to Carvalho behind is increasing. It's now 1.0 seconds.
But again, we know he's faster through this set of corners. Looks like he made a bit of a mistake. He dropped back about another 2 tenths of a second, 2 to 3 tenths. That might put him out of the draft coming through this turn 1 if he makes another mistake.
We like this. Keep doing it. V2. You've just done a 1:35.39.
Looks like we're the one that made the mistake there. Got a little bit loose coming through the through turn 1. We'll see if we can break the draft coming down the straight. Something that he didn't end up doing. We'll stick to this right side, and once we see him stick, we'll come back up to the top before we get on the brakes here for the bus stop. He followed us through there pretty well. He ended up closing the gap up a little bit. I got back to the gas a little bit early there to slow down my exit. Gap once again is able to widen up to 1.2 tenths, so 1.2 seconds. Very glad it's not 1.2 tenths. Otherwise, I would have the pressure on me this time. Making our way into the heel once again. He seemed to be a little bit faster through there on earlier laps, but not that time. I overshoot the exit of the boot, and he'll catch right back up to me, back to 1.1 seconds. Seems like now that we're in front, we seem to be a little bit faster than him.
That lap was at 1:35.59.
Through that final corner.
Okay, Alex, you've used half your fuel.
We'll continue to gain on him. He seems like he messed up turn 1 a bit. He's now falling back down to 1.6 seconds behind us. It looks like we're also starting to close in on a bit of lap traffic. Shouldn't be an issue though this race, as we only have a little bit less than 7 minutes to go. At this point, I just need to focus on not making any mistakes and allowing him to catch back up to us, as he's now back to 2 seconds behind.
The gap to Carvalho behind is increasing. It's now 1.6 seconds.
Not entirely sure what crew chief is talking about there. iRacing's showing me that he's, well, was at 1.7, but now back up to 1.8. Try not to screw up the exit of the boot this time, and allowing him to catch back up. We'll see what happens. Again, overshot it, not as bad as the last lap, but again, he'll close back up to me another 2 tenths. Can start to feel the tires wearing out a little bit, not a crazy amount though. It's not too much of an issue as we're burning off the fuel, and looks like Carvalho.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 8.7 seconds.
As long as we keep our mistakes to a minimum, we may be able to get away pretty clean here as we pick up a 1x for heading off the track there. Gets rid of our chances of having a 0x, but 2 guys behind us may end up starting to have a bet of their own battle. Hopefully that happens and we can just keep pulling away.
That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here.
Didn't really mean to shift up into 5th coming into the tow. I kind of mindlessly did that.
Okay, Alex, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Slowed down coming into the tow. The tow really seems to be a bit hit or miss, for me at least. I can usually get it right, but you know, every once in a while I'll have that one mistake. Kind of like this this corner up here, as we finally get it right out once over the last 3 laps. Got a little bit loose coming out of it though, which doesn't help us, but we'll make do with it. Looks like Marco hasn't really dropped any time back, and Warren in P4 hasn't really caught up to him either. So it looks like the 2 of them will stay separated probably for the rest of the race, unless there's another mistake for either of them. Got a little bit under 4 minutes left in this race. We'll see what we can do. Don't think we'll be able to catch the leader unless he makes some kind of devastating mistake. Because he is about 9 seconds up on me. Again, hitting the power a little bit early there and ended up sliding my way off track. Gotta make sure to keep those kind of mistakes out of
the gap to Carvalho behind is now 4.0 seconds.
He gained
P2
about half a second on me there. I'm really starting to feel these tires wearing out. I think I was kind of killing them as I was following Marco. I really wasn't expecting for tire wear to be this much of an issue in just a 20-minute race, but it's really starting to come in. I can feel. Way through the exit of the S's, back down into the bus stop.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Sounding like to me that once we hit the line, we'll be on the white flag and we'll be on our final lap here of this race. Which is good news for me. You can see some tire marks I left there on the last lap. I locked up the brakes coming a little bit, which also didn't help the the issue of pushing wide on the exit of the corner. Probably the second to last time we'll make our way through that boot. And make our way into the heel as well. Looks like we gained most of our time back on Marco. As we get a little bit sideways there, he's back up to almost 4 seconds. Now a bit over 4 seconds, and back down again. This will be the final lap here as we make our way past the start-finish line and into turn 1 for the last time.
Okay, Alex, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
We'll also make our way through the S's this final time. And into the bus stop as well. Through the carousel and down the chute. Still continuing to gain on Marco. Looks like he ended up making another mistake. He stepped to 4.6 seconds back as we get really loose there. As we make our way now into the toe. That mistake will cost us, as at least we kept the car out of the wall, though. But much rather keep the car out of the wall than fight it trying to maintain a position. We'll just keep it a little bit easier the rest of this lap here and just make sure we don't lose the car like we almost did. We'll make our way through these last 2 corners for the last time.
All right, Alex. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
The final corner now to finish off this 20-minute race in the LMP2s and the Prototype Challenge.